are prepared to break the silence. I'll be out in the sunshine, running beside the lions. I've been feeling down, but I've been looking up, afraid to fall. God, I've been so down, can you pick me up? Don't let me fall. Can you show me how to fix this mess? I am down and on my knees, and I may fall as I'm so close to the edge.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hope everyone is doing very, very well. Happy New Year to everybody as well. Welcome back. Yes, those words again. Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel. After what has been a magnificent 3 months, I'll be able to be honest. Obviously, as everyone knows now, I'm obviously a father, which I never would have envisaged happening. And we're now into the year 2024 as well. And we are at the halfway stage. This is what the tonight's stream is about. We are going to be grading the half-term reports, and I have my grades with me. We will be doing this from 20th up to 1st as well. Get your grades in the comment section down below. And obviously, if you do have any questions as well, I will star those, and I will obviously ask them during the show. But it's great to be back. It is fantastic to be back. New surroundings as well, as you can see. But yes, we are still the same channel, and we'll still be continuing. But let me just say hello to a few of you, because it's just great to be back. Sebastian is on. Hello, Sebastian. Hope you are well. Great to see you back. Thank you very much. It is fantastic to be back. I have missed doing these, but I do feel that the 3-month break that I did actually have has helped me a lot. So it's really refreshed me as a person. It's really refreshed me to do this as well. So yeah, it's good to be back. Hello, Rennie. Happy New Year to you too, mate. I hope you're good. Hello, John Wayne as well. Money Drummond, yes, is back again. Douglas is back. Tell your friends hello, mate. Hope you're well. He is back. Yes, absolutely. I feel like feel like The Rock when he says I'm back as well. Panoff, hello, mate. Good to see you back, lad. All the best to you and yours for 2024. Yes, all the best to you as well. Hello, Statman Stubbs. Hope you're well. Big, I mean, great to see you back. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's that then. John Conway, hello, mate. Hope you're well. It's come back since Istanbul. I like that, Chris. I like that, Chris. By the way, hope you're well, mate. Hope you are very, very well. Sparkat, hello, mate. Hope the family's all Nathan. But yes, both are fantastic. Thank you. Really, really good to see. Hello, Gary Richards as well. One will welcome you back with a cup of Yorkshire tea, bangers and mash with loads of onion gravy. That does sound very, very nice indeed. I'm going for a better 2024 mentally and physically, that's for sure. Well, 2023 was an amazing year for me. Obviously becoming a father as well, and yeah, it was a very, very good year. So hopefully you're. Hopefully that'll be very, very good. I'm watching you on PS5. Douglas's Patter grade A. Thank you, Murray. Shepherd and I just signed Brereton Diaz on loan until the summer. Interesting. I did hear that he was due a Premier League move, actually, because they were linked with Roberto Firmino, believe it or not. They were, believe it or not. Hi, Arpon as well. Hope you're well. Welcome back to YouTube. Glad to have you back. Thank you very much, Scott. Please, everyone, smash the like button and subscribe to this great channel. Thank you very much. Hello, Jay. Nice to see you back. Hope you and the family had a good New Year. Yes, we did. Thank you very much. We did indeed. All right, Stubbsy, Statman Stubbs, all the best, mate. Yeah, everyone seems to be saying hello to it. Hello, Kian. Yes, Baba's good. Baba's good. He is very, very good. As well, let's get the 30 likes. Absolutely. I'm very excited Fabio comes to Leicester on loan. There is a lot of rumours about possibility about Fabio Carvalho going back on loan. There is a lot of possibilities. He could be going to Leicester, could be going back to Fulham. We just don't know. But obviously, it is silly season, as we said, as well. Who's winning the darts? I'd like to think it'll be Luke Littler. I'd like to think it'll be him. But as Chris said to me earlier, I think Humphreys. I think he might be potentially the favourite. Look, I don't know much about darts, I'll be honest, but it's one of those things. I'm fascinated, mate. Carla won a game of foot. Yes, you did against Port Vale. As well. All the best, panel. Hopefully, see you back on the channel soon. Please like and subscribe to Douglas's great channel. Have liked as always. Just getting ready for football tonight. I will enjoy. Well, we will get into this. So, as I said, we will be starting from 20th all the way up to first. Fabio Carvalho to score the winner in the Europa League final. You heard it here first. Well, there we go. Indeed. Guys, get involved with your grades. And I'll obviously be discussing these teams as well. Right, without further ado, remember to keep hitting the like button as well. So, 20th place, and with 9 points, Sheffield United. I did say at the start of the season that I had a feeling that Paul Heckingbottom would not survive the season as Sheffield United manager. I've been proven right. I think as well, Sheffield United came up with a really championship-based squad. I think it's safe to say that. I think it is quite safe to say that. They haven't been good. They have not been good. I think one of the things I could take away from Sheffield United is that apart from like the other two that are in the bottom three, they haven't been as competitive as the other two. Now, I know that Chris Wilder coming back in is very, very good for them. Will he keep them up is another thing. I mean, obviously there is news obviously about Ben Brereton Diaz. Thank you, Sebastian, for that one. I didn't actually know that he was going to be at Sheffield United. I think Sheffield United do need a goal scorer. I like Cameron Archer. I think he's a very, very good player. Gus Hamer as well. I think they've got a good sort of squad, but there's not enough Premier League proven players in there. Yes, you could probably see Jack Robinson as well. I know like McBurney has played in the Premier League as well. Wes Fodder in them. It's quite an inexperienced squad at this moment in time, and I have not been impressed with Sheffield United. I'll be honest. I have not been impressed with them. Yes, they've had this sort of the fair. I think they've had like that one against Brentford, which was a very, very good one. You've got to say, and obviously the draw against Aston Villa. But it's not been a great season for them. 9 points. Look, they are currently 7 adrift of 17th place Everton at this moment in time. So, what would I give them? I'd have to give them a D. I think a D is quite fair for Sheffield United, if I'm being honest. It could be a lot better. I think this sort of wee period now for them is probably going to be very, very important for them. But I think that they will probably go down. And whether or not they keep Chris Wilder is another thing. But for me, I think they just need to have a season where try and do their best, obviously. But getting Ben Brereton Diaz is very, very interesting for me as well. But yeah, let me know what you think about Sheffield United. I think it's been just one step too far for them, unfortunately. Let me see what you are saying. Question, Douglas dear boy, will Liverpool win it? Fingers crossed. It's still very, very early. I know we are at the halfway point at this moment in time, but we will see. One question to you. What happened if Mo Salah goes to Real Madrid or Barcelona? I know it wouldn't happen. No, that's not happening. No, definitely not. Yeah, exactly. Lost 8-0 as well to Newcastle. They've had some very, very strange results. They have. Scott says, in all honesty, I would prefer not to have Fabio to Leicester, not because I don't think he could improve our squad, but I think we would need more permanent players if we carry on with the form we have been in. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Chris says, Humphreys 7, Littler 5. Going to be unreal final where we both have played. Humphreys is favourite as he's number 1, but Littler blew away Barney and Crossover world champions. All the pressure is on Humphreys. Sheffield are pony dog are so rubbish. Yeah, they've been dreadful. They really, really have. Kane says Sheffield United F. Wilder's brought about positive change, but I just think it's too little too late. Squad isn't good enough, and they've not been playing well. No, absolutely. I would agree with that. I would agree with that as well. Hello, Shane. F for Sheffield United. Yeah, I don't think I have anyone F actually, which is quite strange. But yeah, I do have one team that is E. That we'll come into that one shortly. I can see why they were apparently after Firmino. He bring goals and nothing else. Yeah, exactly, exactly. It doesn't look like we'll get the worst Premier League points record. That's a positive. Well, they are 2 points adrift of Derby's 11 points, so we still need 2 more points to get away from that as well. And that's Andrew defender from Germany under 17. Z, Sheffield United, Z. Interesting, Chris. Interesting. Hello, Geordie. How are the lads? Happy New Year, mate. Happy New Year to you as well. I hope you're not too angry about the game the other night. Salah either retires in Liverpool or is gone to Saudi Arabia in the next 3 years. Still suffering from that demolition against us in Anfield. Yeah, look, it was very strange game. Very, very strange game. The fact that we had like more XG than anybody is mental, to say the very, very least. Now, honestly, D for Sheffield United got results recently under Wilder. I still think Wilder will get sacked and throws toys out the pram again, potentially. Potentially. As long as Villa or Arsenal don't win the Premier League this season, but would prefer Liverpool to win another title. Thank you very much. Scott sold their best player, did not get any replacement. That's the big thing. That is the big, big thing. Yes, that was a big, big incentive for them as well. And he is struggling at Marseille, isn't he? As well. So we'll see. Sheffield United, too good for the Championship, too bad for the Premier League. U for Sheffield United. So yeah, D for Sheffield United. Get your grades in the comments section down below. Right, the next team is Burnley, and like I said for Sheffield United, they have got 11 points. Of Burnley. They have been a major disappointment for me. I thought when Burnley came up to the Premier League, I thought Vincent Kompany, what he's going to do, he's going to, going to implement this sort of style that we saw in the Championship. But they've been really disappointing. I know they had a tough start with obviously Manchester City coming to Turf Moor, and that's never easy as well. They did have a good win against Fulham quite recently as well. But you have to say, Burnley at home are a completely different animal this season. You remember Burnley being tough to beat. You remember them being sort of really, really physical, really, really rugged, really, really determined to sort of win these sort of challenges. They have just been dreadful. Like, it's so easy to play against Burnley. So easy to play against Burnley. I can think of obviously like teams that have gone there. Manchester United, Liverpool, Man City, obviously like Aston Villa, Chelsea. Like, it's so easy to play against. So easy to play against. Their only real good result for me this season was away to Fulham. And that was a very, very good result as well. I do like the look at Oliosho. I think that's how you say it, Oliosho. I do think he's been very, very good. Lyle Taylor has flattered to deceive, I've got to say, as well. James Trafford has been a very good signing for them as well. But like Sheffield United, I've been very disappointed with them. And I again, my grade for Burnley is a D. I've got to say it. I think Burnley have really disappointed me this season. I thought they were going to be a lot higher than they were. Obviously, they can still have a better second half of the season. But for me, Burnley, D, very, very disappointing. And I've got to say as well that they definitely need to have a big window for me if they want to stay up. As well, I believe that Jack Clark, I think from Sunderland, is a target as for them. But again, how many left wingers have they had recently? As well, I actually did see someone. I can't remember who it actually was, but somebody actually said, if I see a left winger at Burnley in this window that I think I might cry because they've signed so many left wingers. It's unbelievable. But yeah, Burnley, disappointing season. Disappointing. Disappointing. It has to be very, very said. Let me see what some of you are saying. Do, 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 do. Kian says the Bavka stopped it from being an absolute bloodbath, Georgie. It could have been about 10-0. You for Burnley, says Rennie. Still, yeah. Burnley getting an F, rubbish all round. They've been dreadful. They have been really, really poor. Really poor indeed. Burnley play great football, but they have no bite or attack. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing with Burnley, isn't it? That they don't have a recognised goal scorer. Xander Berg's been a good signing for them as well. But again, Burnley, disappointing. Very, very disappointing. I'm sorry for yeah, I am as well. I had, as I said at the start of the season, I had high hopes for Burnley. I had high hopes for them. Really, really disappointing they have been. D for Burnley, attack isn't the problems. The defence more open than Gemma Collins' legs. Thank you for that. Are Burnley better than Leicester as you played both like your comparison? Like I said, I've been very disappointed with Burnley. I think Leicester gave us more of the game than Burnley did, I've got to say. But I think next season will be a lot more difficult. I think the Premier League is getting more and more difficult as each season sort of passes. I think Leicester are doing really well in the Championship. I think they've been fantastic in the Championship. Burnley were fantastic in the Championship. Came up, and it's just not happened for Vincent Kompany. I hope they keep on hold of Kompany because I don't think they should hit the panic button yet, in my honest opinion, to say at the very, very least. Sportcast says D for Burnley. Kompany needs to adapt. If he doesn't, Burnley are down. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely agree with that, Chris. Absolutely agree. The Liverpool game is a perfect example of that, Gary. They did have chances, but they positively shit themselves every time they got the ball into the final third. No killer instinct whatsoever. Yeah, exactly. Great for Burnley W. Interesting. Good evening, Elevator. Hope you are well. Happy New Year to you, mate. I said 11th Burnley to start the season. I think I had them 15th actually. I could obviously go and have another look later on, but I'm pretty sure I had them sort of 14th, 15th. So Burnley getting E for me, says Shane. I'll give Sheffield United a D. They are bottom and had been shocking, but there were so many games where they couldn't hang on to leads, and if they did, probably could be around 17th. Yeah, did they take the lead against Manchester City? I think they took the lead against Manchester City at Bramall Lane. I think I'd say D for Burnley, just not been good enough under Kompany. And I'll be honest, next season in the Championship, Burnley don't start well. Kompany will be sacked. Yeah, absolutely. Leicester this time last season were 13th for the Premier League and should have been safe, but they fell asunder after Christmas. Maybe Burnley will swing the other direction. Well, we shall see. Hello, Ivans. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Happy New Year to you. To be honest, Burnley against Liverpool should have been like 4-0 to us. They had chances, but were poor defensively and had 2 disallowed goals. Yeah, absolutely. Right, so that's been a D for Sheffield United and a D for Burnley. No, they equalised in like the 82nd minute, then Rodgers scored. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I did forget about that. Thank you for that. Welcome back, mate. It's been ages. Hope you're doing okay. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Niall. Thank you for tuning in. Right, 18th place at this moment in time is Luton Town. And they have 15 points. Now, this is a difficult one for me because barring the other two, Luton have been competitive. They have been very competitive. They've been very competitive at Kenilworth Road, which I fully expected them to be. I think Kaminski's a very good signing for them. I think he's been a very good goalkeeper. Obviously, all our wishes are out to obviously Tom Lockyer, who's obviously suffering at this moment in time. He did have another cardiac arrest, which is just really, really shocking, as to be said. Obviously, all our thoughts go out to obviously the Lockyers. They've been very difficult at home. They've been very difficult to beat at home. And I remember a lot of people wrote off Luton. I remember a lot of people said, "Oh, Luton are not going to be physical enough to survive in the Premier League. They're not going to get to, Derby's points total. Like they are going to be like the worst team in the Premier League ever." Honestly, they were written off. They were written off by a load of people. And this is very difficult for me because they are 1 point above adrift of safety at this moment in time. And Rob Edwards is a very good manager. I mean, the turnaround that he's had, like he was sacked from Watford very, very early on, went into Luton, and he took them up. He took them up. So you've got to say, Rob Edwards has really made Luton Town a very, very difficult outfit to play. They've obviously beaten Everton this season as well. They went to Goodison Park. They won there. They've beaten Sheffield United there as well. They've beaten Newcastle at Kenilworth Road. They are doing okay for me. They are doing okay for me. Now, my grade, this might change. This might change, but at the moment it's a C. I think they are better than Burnley and Sheffield United. I'll be honest. I think they are. And I think if you look at Luton Town, they're not getting humiliated. They're not getting really big beatings like the other two are. So I've got to say, Luton Town have really impressed me. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh and obviously saying a C, but I think that could easily go up to a B because I've been very impressed with Luton Town, and I think it has to be said a big FU to everyone who obviously said earlier this season that they would not have the capabilities of surviving in this league. To be 1 point adrift at this stage in the season, and look, there's no guarantees that they will stay up, but they have been very, very good for me. Very competitive, and who knows what will happen? Who knows what will happen for Luton Town as well? Let me see what some of you are saying. Rennie says, the company feels sorry for Burnley, but company isn't good. Coach or will get sacked. Luton are actually getting a D. Yeah, they're still a favourite to go down, but they played some good football and nearly claimed a few big scalps. Their fans are an absolute delight as well. Yeah, they've been fantastic. They really, really have as well. D for Luton, says Rennie. Luton have fantastic team spirit after the situation with Lockyer heartbreaking. Yeah, absolutely. They certainly do. Luton Town C. They lost like 4 games in a row at the start of the season, but they started to pick up form and even put in an amazing fight at home to Arsenal and Manchester City and even drew to Liverpool. Of course, they did. Luton has surprised me. Liverpool were very lucky to get a point. Yeah, they certainly were. Spurcast says our home atmosphere is brilliant. It is. It's fantastic. Luton Town get a C. I think they stay up. I hope they stay up. Because it would be, as I said, it would be a massive spanner in the works for everyone's predictions to say that they would go down. I think I said Luton would end 19th. Also, they do have a game in hand, which was a bit. Yeah, of course, they've got that game against Bournemouth, isn't it? At the Vitality, that is the game that they have in hand as well. The score is 1-1. So if they get a draw there, could be another point on the board and put pressure on Everton. Yeah, absolutely. Luton get a C+. Luton sent Alan Campbell to Millwall on loan from Luton. I did know that. Yeah, I did know that, Niall. I did know that. I do hope Luton stay up. Yeah, I hope they stay up as well. I hope they stay up as well. Ends man, hello mate. I'm very well, thank you. Hope you're well as well. Happy New Year to you as well. Bless up the chat. What are the odds of Rod Bedford's getting an England job? Never say never, but not at this time. Not at this time, I would have to say. Thoughts Liverpool recall Owen Beck from his loan at Dundee. What left back for me? Best left back in the SPFL. Rangers and Celtic linked. Nat Phillips might be recalled from his loan at Celtic. Well, Nat Phillips has been recalled, and as Owen Beck has been as well. What I'm hearing is apparently Owen Beck might be in the squad to play Arsenal in the FA Cup on Sunday. So that could be interesting. That could be very, very interesting, to say the very, very least. I'm drinking Monster Drink, says Rennie. Hello, Brian. Hope you're well. Happy New Year to you. Good to see you back. Thank you very, very much indeed. Right. 17th, Everton. Now, we all know Everton have a minus 10-point deduction. Were they not to have that 10-point deduction, they would currently be 12th if they didn't have that 10 points deduction. Now, I do feel sorry for Everton in a way of, yes, they were caught. Yes, they were punished for obviously what they did. But I think, if we're being honest, like I've got down here, Everton 8 wins this season and they're 17th. If they didn't have the points deduction, I kid you not, I think the pressure is off them slightly. I think the pressure has been, ever since they've had that points deduction, the pressure has just been off. They've just been playing sort of free flowing football. Now, I know that they've had a bit of a sort of sticky spell. Obviously, losses to Manchester City and Tottenham can happen as well. But this is a really difficult one because I don't know if this is too high. I don't know if this is too sort of low. But for me, Everton are actually having a good season if you think about it. 12th place would have been fantastic if obviously they didn't get the points deduction. I know they're 17th, but I look at some of the teams above them right now. You've got your your Brentfords, you've got Nottingham Forest. I do think Everton can stay up. I do think Everton can stay up, and I think they will stay up pretty comfortably. In all honesty, so I might be going a bit bonkers here, but I've given Everton a B because if they were 12th, they would be exceeding all expectations because they would definitely be one of those teams that would be saying, yeah, we want to stay up. We want to stay in the Premier League. But if they didn't get that points deduction, they'd have 26 points. They would have 26 points and they'd be in 12th place. So it's a very difficult one to call with Everton. It really, really is. Jesus, how many players are we recalling from loans? Carvalho, Phillips. I think that Williams has been recalled as well. Owen Beck as well. Relegation enough said. Says Gary. I don't think Everton go down. Sean Dyche has actually said I think he had said in an interview that actually he doesn't think Everton's transfer window is going to be that busy, which again doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Rennie says you for Everton still. Interesting. Gary says greed Z. Scott Blankley, don't do it. Can't feel sorry for the rivals. I think the way they've been treated has been ridiculously bad, if I'm being honest, as well. Steve Luton, given it a real good go as I expected, should have been us, to be fair. Difficult to see if we'll get dragged down into the relegation zone for Luton to survive Brentford once for me. Interesting. Everton B, in my opinion, completely proved me wrong. Could have been above Chelsea at one point without the points deduction, and I said they would finish 20th. I hate to do it, but Everton are getting an A. They've been excellent, begrudgingly so. They've been absolutely shafted by FFP. While City get away with it, they're a much better side than last year. Absolutely agree with you, mate. Absolutely agree with you. And hello, Mike Green. Good evening, mate. Hope you are well. And I was happy new to you too as well. Everton CB. Yeah, I was to and froing. For that one. Everton B. Good evening, Henry. Good to see you back. Thank you very much. C. Everton. Amazing chemistry between Dyche and players. Done brilliantly despite points deduction. Survive easily for me. I agree. I think they will survive. C for Everton. No chance Everton go down. B says Brian. Everton made mistakes. They gave Tom Cannon, who's 21, which is unbelievable. I don't see Everton going down anymore. Prove me wrong for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. So, 16th Brentford, they have fallen they've fallen off a cliff, haven't they? They've fallen off a cliff. I think Thomas Frank is a very good manager. I think he will get them out of this. But if you remember what I said at the start of the season, I said I think Brentford will have a bit of a drop off. Losing Ivan Toney was always going to be a big worry for me as well. Look, I think the players they've signed, I don't think they have been as good. Mark Flecken has kind of the flatter to deceive you. I think we've seen obviously Thomas Strakosha in goal as well. But Neil Maupay. I mean, look, Neil Maupay was great for Brentford once upon a time. This is now a washed Neil Maupay. It's a kind of a just not great. He's just not great for Brentford at this moment in time. I really hate to say it, but I do like the way Brentford play football. I think they've been a very very good inclusion to the Premier League as well. But this season it's just not been great. I think they've lost 5 in a row now, which is really really worrying. And what really really was good about them last season, they've gone complete opposite. Home form fantastic last season, really really good. This season it's been dreadful. It's been dreadful. You watch 12:30 after the FA Cup. Brentford beat Liverpool. You watch. They always seem to do well against us. But Brentford, I'm sorry, I'm giving you a D. I've been very disappointed. I thought you would have. I know I said that you would have had like a bit of a drop off. I didn't expect you to be sort of low down 16th. I was thinking more sort of 13th, 12th, 11th, thinking sort of along those lines. And look, they could still do. They could still survive. They could still survive. And I do think that they will survive. And obviously, Ivan Toney's coming back now. Whether or not that is to play for Brentford, whether it's to play for somebody else, we don't know. But Brentford have been disappointing. It has to be said as well. Sean Dyche deserves a medal. Yeah, absolutely. Brian says, hi, Henry. One thing to mention, if Everton get a 10-point deduction for one breach, City should be banned from the Premier League and stripped of the titles. Remains to be seen if they go for Manchester City, isn't it? It does. It remains to be seen. Hi, Brian. Hey, Henry, how are you? Happy New Year. Brentford D, survival all relies on keeping Tony or replacing Tony well. And they didn't do that. They didn't do that. Why go back for Neil Maupay? I think is a big, big no-no for me. And obviously now Mbeumo's away to the African Cup of Nations, obviously Cameroon as well. So again, they're losing that sort of that firepower that Mbeumo's been fantastic this season. Let me just say that he's been very very good as well. See for Brentford possibly overachieved last season, so not too bad. Brentford goals drying up. Brentford missed Tony. Greed E, says Gary. Interesting. Neverton will stay up, and agreeing Bashiri is the blue dick owner and should stay up. Yeah, absolutely. Here, anyhow, thank you very much. Brentford D just been poor, and Thomas Frank is under pressure at the moment. Brentford E, they've got a few results, but they're missing Tony badly. Visson and Mbeumo have picked up some of the slack, but they're just not up to the snuff. No, they're not. They're certainly not. Rennie says, thanks, Henry. If it wasn't for City game being postponed, they would have lost 6 games in a row. I know. But Frank is a good manager. He's a good manager. I think he will get them out of this. Scott said Brentford E, Brentford D. Tony is the deciding factor, in my opinion. I agree. Absolutely. Diego C. Palace, good evening, mate. Happy New Year to you. Hope you are well. Yeah, you've been doing a wee bit of YouTube, I've noticed. Been seeing a few bit of your things. Yeah, enjoying it, mate. Keep it up. Honestly, think Tony will be at a bigger club in the summer, maybe at an Arsenal. Don't say that to Jack Mack. He absolutely loves Ivan Toney and wants him at Liverpool. So we shall see. And Mbeumo injured as well. Yep, absolutely. If I'm Brentford, I'll go for Solanke if Tony leaves. That would be a good idea. That is a very good idea, Chris. Absolutely. Should Everton avoid injuries and not losing key players, they should stay up, I reckon. Yeah, I think they will as well. If they sell Tony to Arsenal, they will need a replacement before they do. Yeah, absolutely. Brentford last season had been great without Tony. Yeah, they were. Tony declined for Arsenal 100 million. Nathan is very good, Henry. Thank you. Everton get 10 points deduction. Other certain teams get slapped on the wrist and grounded for 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for your support. No problem. I'll start podcasting on Monday. Excellent. 15th, Nottingham Forest. Difficult one. I think it was inevitable Steve Cooper was going to be sacked at some point. They do have 20 points this season. Um, their last game they beat Manchester United. I thought they were excellent against Manchester United. They played very, very well in that game. City ground, I think they've been much, much better. Away form, I think they've been kind of up and down again. I think we look at their team. Morgan Gibbs-White's been fantastic. Anthony Elanga has been brilliant. And the newly selected for Chris Woods as well. I think Nottingham Forest had a very, very good sort of festive period. They beat Newcastle, and then they beat Manchester United. Two fantastic results for them as well. Nuno's come in. I think a lot of people kind of probably expected Nottingham Forest maybe to struggle this season. I still think they will probably struggle. But you keep Elanga fit, you keep Morgan Gibbs-White fit. You've got Origi to come off the bench. You've obviously got Callum Hudson-Odoi as well. I think the only dot on their team is Matt Turner. Matt Turner has been an absolute disastrous signing. Really, really poor. And they've obviously got the Greek boy. The name goes away from me. Forest, I think have been okay. I think they have been okay. I've given them a C, but I think that lots more to improve. Definitely lots more to improve. To say the very, very least. I think Forest are doing okay as well. Any Forest relegation? Nottingham Forest. Shout owners to sack Cooper. They're not a bad side. No, they're not. They're not a bad side. They're certainly not a bad side, to tell you the very least. I think Steve Cooper should have been sacked last season. A lot of people said that. A lot of people said that Marinakis actually gave Nottingham Forest the sort of the benefit of the doubt, with obviously Cooper keeping them in the Premier League. I think it was just to be whether or not they could have, progressed on after that, and they haven't. They haven't this season. See Forest. They made the right decision in sacking Cooper, in my opinion. Not saying it because recent results. Cooper didn't progress. Owners won't progress. Yeah, they certainly do. No perfect replacement will experience in the Premier League. Yeah, absolutely. Forest plodding along, grade G. I would have said E if Cooper was still there and results didn't improve. Forest are a D. They've claimed 2 big wins but have been abject otherwise. Cooper's firing was coming, but with Santo there now, they're looking all right again. I agree. I think Nuno improved the team. Nottingham Forest this season slightly better than last. I agree with that as well. I give them a D. If we are back, we are Leicester win again. Absolutely. Henry, thank you very much for your super chat. Livingston, yeah, not great. Not great, to be honest. I think potentially this is probably going to be the season that they go down, if I'm being honest. But thank you very much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Just shared on my community page for you, mate. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very, very much indeed. So, 14th Crystal Palace. Now, when I say Crystal Palace, I'm in a Crystal Palace season. I think you probably say yeah. They've had some good results. They've had some bad results. They've had a few results where you'd be like, they should have probably won that game. They probably should have, done this and that. Drawn against Manchester City was a fantastic result for them as well. I don't think Selhurst Park has been quite the fortress this season, I'll be honest. And look, I think Palace are still very, very good under Hodgson as well. But I will say this: I think this is his last season in charge. I think Roy Hodgson will be a man that will probably be going at the end of the season. I don't see him being there next season as well. And look, Michael Olise has been very, very good. Ezzy's has been very, very good. And I think Sam Johnston has been a very good signing for them as well. And obviously, we all know what happened with obviously Guaita as well. He's obviously left to Crystal Palace as well. But it's really difficult to sort of judge Crystal Palace. I've given them the same as Nottingham Forest. I've given them a C because, again, C is a kind of sort of in between there. they're kind of there and they're kind of there or thereabouts. But Crystal Palace are a Crystal Palace season, and don't be surprised if they finish between 13th and 12th, or obviously 14th for me this season. Let's see. When Nuno played Danilo and Sangari in the midfield, they won against Newcastle. Yes, they certainly did, Diego. They certainly did. We beat Forest 9-0, Leicester win. Livingston need to get rid of the manager. I said fourth for Livingston start of the season. Yeah, it's not been the best of seasons, Chris. I think a partner of the ways is coming. I don't know when it will be, but it feels like a partner of the ways is coming. Hodgson retires. The Palace get relegated or stay up? Palace will stay up. Palace will definitely stay up. I don't think they've got any relegation trouble whatsoever. Crystal Palace C, they are where they belong, which is mid-table. Palace E is really interesting. Palace C, the most Crystal Palace season I've ever seen, just chugging along, plain as day. Summed up pretty well there. Summed it pretty up well. Palace very dull, no flair, grade F. Hodgson has retired more times than Terry Funk at this point. He's nearly 80. Give the man a rest. Jesus. Yeah, exactly. Why Palace keeping Roy? Don't be surprised if Steve Cooper ends up there. Don't be surprised if Steve Cooper ends up there. Crystal Palace, see, they're going to be found out eventually. Can't keep being the team to get to 40 points and get beach towels out. Absolutely agree with that. Palace put in some fights this season. If it wasn't for IU's red card, they might have beaten Liverpool. Yeah, they were very good. You are correct. Selhurst Park has not been a fortress. My Palace players need to do better on defending set pieces. Roy will turn it around with Elise and Eze available. Roy shouldn't have got the job this season. Need to move on. Palace needs goal scorer for me. Can't rely on Elise and Eze. I don't think IU, Edward, consistent enough. They're good, but not consistent. And I reckon Roy will be sacked soon, says Sportcat. Yeah, I'm going to say this. I think Cooper is guaranteed to be Palace manager. I really do. I really do. Would not surprise me in the slightest, to say the very, very least. Oops, Daisy. Try that again. Right, 13th. Oops, Daisy. 13th is Fulham, 24 points. Been a bit of tale of two halves for me for Fulham. Look, losing Mitrovic's goals is really, really massive. I think Jimenez is not quite the player he once was. I'll be honest with that. The one player that's really impressed me this season is Anthony Robinson. I think Robinson has been really, really good this season, to say the very, very least. They've got a good team. Leno is still a very good goalkeeper as well. But 24 points, I think, like I said, I kind of expect the Fulham to have a bit of a drop off again last season. I can't remember what I actually predicted them to finish this season. But I think it's kind of where they're thereabouts. Yeah, difficult one again. I've gone for a C for Fulham. I think they're good enough to survive. I think they're a good team. Got some good players, Willian, Andres Pereira, Paulinho, of course, as well. I think it was massive they kept Paulinho. Absolutely massive that they kept on to him, to say the very, very least. But yeah, I've gone for a C for Fulham as well. So like Steve Cooper has been Palace bound for me for years after he was linked years ago. Yep. What happens if Palace resign Roy at 90? Roy Hodgson will not continue at 90. No way. No, definitely not. Definitely not. I think Steve Cooper fits in a Crystal Palace. I agree. Spot on there. Massive 3 points Marco Silva when it's Fulham beat. Yes, that was a massive result for beating Arsenal, wasn't it? It really, really was. I think 13th is a little deceptive for Fulham. They've been all right. One thing they've not been short of, in spite of losing Mitrovic's goals, Fulham are goals galore. I'm giving them a C. I gave them a C. I did expect Fulham to drop off this season, and they did, but I do think they should be safe. And they're very unlucky to lose at Anfield as well, 4-3 that game. Fulham on their day, they can beat anyone grade B. Yes, back at work now, yes. Fulham C, again, very inconsistent. Beat Arsenal, lose to Burnley. Silva's keeping Fulham up at the moment for me. Without him, I'd be worried. Good to see him in his back scoring, which is vital for Fulham. Yeah, it certainly is. Fulham for BC, if it don't like Fabio, please, I'm begging you. I'm playing Fulham in the EFL Cup next week will be a test. Yeah, definitely. I was close giving them a B, although almost beat Liverpool at Anfield, almost drew with Manchester United, although they are crap and 1-2-5-0 in a row. That was massive, those two games. Hello, Matt. Thank you very much, mates. It's good to be back. Yeah, they also beat Arsenal as well. I forgot about that. All right, so the next team is Bournemouth. Now, Bournemouth started the season really poorly. Really, really, really poorly. I remember a lot of people said, is Andoni Iriola? Andoni Iriola. I remember a lot of people saying, are they going to be that good team? Are they going to be that team that can really, really sort of get you points to stay in this league? Again, it started really, really poorly. Managers were being questioned. The manager's position was being questioned. And then all of a sudden, Bournemouth have been magnificent. Solanke has been just another sort of player. I've always said there was a player in Dominic Solanke. His goals have been magnificent, really, really excellent for Bournemouth. And I've got to say, 25 points. They're almost there between the survival. I will say this season, I do think that the points to survive this season, I think it's going to be between 32 and 33. I don't think it's going to be nearly enough for 40 because teams are getting points off each other as well. But Bournemouth really impressed me. They really, really have. And I think as well, Areola deserves a lot of credit because I think you kind of saw at the start of the season, Bournemouth were, again, very, very easy to play against. He's obviously gone away and seen that, and he's obviously gone away and seen that, yes, we are too easy to play against, go and change the tactics, and he's done that. He's done that very, very well. So I've given them a B minus because, as I said, it would have been a B, but their start of the season was very, very poor. But I think to get up and doing really, really well, I think they've done really, really well for me, Bournemouth. So I've given them a B minus. Let's have a look. Also doing a start. Yeah, they did. They certainly did. I remember that. One word, Solanke. Yeah, Solanke's been excellent. The Cherries H, says Rennie. Bournemouth are getting to be. They've been excellent in recent weeks. Iriola was given the time and he's turned it around. Patience is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. When Bournemouth started really badly, I thought Iriola was definitely going to be sacked, but they proved drastically recently. Yeah, they have been good. Should we have let Solanke go? He was never going to get his chance, really, Henry, I've got to say. B, Bournemouth. Start of the season had them down. Didn't agree with O'Neill sacking. Iriola was unknown. Starter's slowly been being brilliant recently. Yeah. And they've been very good at home as well, you've got to say. Having said that, they did have a decent run like this under Gary O'Neill last season and ended 15th. And I think sooner or later, Bournemouth keep getting consistently good results will get Europe. Yeah, I think so as well. I'll say C+. And remember, they were one of the teams to beat Manchester United at Old Trafford as well. So that is another thing to say at the very, very least. So, 11th, Wolves. 28 points. Now, I remember a lot of people, myself included, so sorry, Wolves fans. I actually had you to go down this season because of what was happening. Obviously, Lopetegui was obviously about to be, moved on as well. Gary O'Neill comes in, and I've got to say, Wolves have been very competitive. They have been very, very good. They've been one of the teams that have been shafted by VAR, absolutely shafted by VAR this season. But as Gary O'Neill complained, No, he hasn't. He has managed to keep on going. And look, Mario Lemina, Hwang, really, really good players there as well. And I think the one thing as well, the defense has really stepped up this season. Kilman's been very good. Craig Dawson has been very, very good. And I've got to say, Wolves had a very good festive period as well. Gary O'Neill was a very good manager. He never should have been sacked by Bournemouth. I think a lot of people kind of said at the time that he was probably a stepping stone for Bournemouth, but I've got to say, Wolves have been magnificent, and I'm going to give them an A. I think, look, Wolves were another team that were sort of fancied to go down this season, and they have been nothing but fantastic to watch. And Gary O'Neill has done a really, really good job. And long may it continue. And Wolves are like almost there to survival. They really, really are. So they will miss Lamina. They obviously will miss Lamina, and obviously Hwang going to the Asian Cup as well. But Wolves have been magnificent. They have been very, very good. Let's see for you. Wolves for a D. They didn't just beat Manchester United Old Trafford, they hammered them, and that was hilarious, the Man United banter day. Wolves C, up and down like a heartless knickers. They've had some fantastic results. They will come up. They've had some fantastic results like City and Chelsea, but then they can also drop a shambolic performance like against Luton. Yeah, I know, but they have been very, very good to be honest. Hwang is some player. Yeah. Wolves, a lot of people had them down start of the season due to FFP problems. Lopetegui leaving. Always felt they had enough to avoid trouble. O'Neill up there for manager of the season. Underrated coach. He's been excellent. He really, really has. Wolves B, in my opinion, referees against them and still 11th, not bad. Should never have lost to Manchester United in that opening game. No, they should not. I have Hwang in my FPL. I did have Hwang, but yeah, not now. Maybe I should. I swear we've had some grades for every team so far. We're halfway through. Wolves dedicated their goal at the weekend to Lamina's father passed away. I thought something had happened with Lamina. Thank you for Sportcat. I did not know if it was obviously one of his family members, but yeah, that was very, very good. 10th, Chelsea. Difficult one with Chelsea. On the whole, I think Chelsea have been poor. I think they have been very, very poor. Obviously, one of their big results was obviously Tottenham away. I think that that was 4-1. They could have easily lost that. I think if Tottenham didn't have 9 men, then probably that game was probably a different one. Nicholas Jackson has been a bit iffy. I'll be honest. I think he has been a bit iffy. Chelsea's results have not been the best. I've got to say, but I've got to say they are showing more sort of towards youth. Like the goalkeepers that they've got, Robert Sanchez. I don't rate Robert Sanchez. I'll be hand on heart. I don't rate him at all. I think the other boy is Petrovic. I think he's okay. He's not the best, but he is a good keeper. It's a difficult one with Chelsea. I mean, look, I think 10th. They finished 12th last season. Anything above that is going to be a bonus for them, if I'm being honest. So, tricky one for Chelsea, but I've given them a B- because some of the results have been good, some of the results have been bad, and some of the results you'd be like, okay, yeah. And plus, Chelsea should have kicked on. They've had Europe. They've had no Europe, and they should have kicked on. They are in the semi-finals, obviously, of the Carabao Cup as well, where they play Middlesbrough, which would be very interesting. But yeah, I'm not sure with Chelsea this season, I've got to say. Let's have a look. Imagine if Wolves had VAR going for them. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Exactly. Mad, isn't it? Yes, they still have Neto. How much time you got to talk Chelsea? There's no doubt Poch has improved us despite some of his decisions baffling me. Chelsea E, and they are lucky to avoid an F. Utterly shambolic and only for the recent form they began an F. Dire, dire, dire. Chelsea have been awful for a long time now. E is way too harsh. £1 billion. What a shambles. Greed Q. Petrovic has been really good recently, in my opinion, way better than Sanchez. I'll be honest, Chelsea haven't got their players going yet. Jackson up and down. And they've been poor this season. And last but all, they need a striker, and they will be scary. We're very inconsistent. Chelsea for EF, they are disappointing, but they've won games. Yeah. Well, Newcastle. I think this is a result of them having Champions League, that their squad is not big enough. They started like a house on fire, if you remember. 5-1 win against Aston Villa on the first day of the season. They then had that sort of tricky run. They lost to Manchester City and then they lost to Liverpool as well. They've had a lot of injuries, Newcastle. They have had a lot of injuries. Now, I've got to say this. I do think Eddie Howe's under pressure. And they must not lose that game on Saturday. They must not lose to Sunderland. And if I'm being honest, the way things are going, I actually can see Sunderland beating Newcastle, the way it's going. Now, obviously, sorry, Geordies, but the way it's going, I think Sunderland will probably beat Newcastle, if I'm being honest. The way that Newcastle are playing at this moment in time. Were Newcastle unlucky in the Champions League? Yes, they were unlucky. But they lost their way. They lost their way ever so slightly. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think the way that they've been playing recently will do any of them good at all. That's a difficult one. I mean, I'm turning from between a C and a D because I think they've been okay, but the results just haven't been there. And I think Howe is one of those ones that is definitely ready to be potentially sacked very, very soon. So I'll let you guys decide. I've gone C/D because I couldn't really decide for Newcastle, but I can obviously change that later on. But for me, the results just haven't been there. The results haven't been there, and some of the results as well. You look at the loss to Luton Town as well. They lost to Nottingham Forest as well. They did beat Manchester United, obviously, in the Carabao Cup as well. Obviously, not there by Chelsea as well. But Newcastle got to be better. Got to be better this season as well. Let's have a look at what some of you are saying. Let's have a look. FFP come calling to Chelsea. Bye bye Prem. It might do as well. And Cuckoo's back now, so we can really kick on. Palmer's been very good, yes, I'll be honest with that. I'm going to make a very, very bold prediction. Roast me all you want, but I think Chelsea will end fifth because it will only be a matter of time before they start kicking on. Interesting. See Chelsea, if they're the proven goal scorer and put chances away, they'd be top six, but their wastefulness cost them and Silver Age is showing. C for Chelsea, in my opinion. Gallagher's very, very underrated this season. Looks like he's staying. 4R2 says Jackson wouldn't finish in a red light district. Chelsea should keep Poch. I still believe Chelsea will come good in the upcoming season. Bowley needs to get it right at some point. They deserve you for Champions League, but we're not equipped to be there, if that makes sense. Newcastle for L for losing. I'm sorry for John. D for Newcastle. Always thought they overachieved last season. The top four was a fluke. I know they've not had the best of times with injuries, but they've fallen away. D, simply not good enough. Absolutely horrendous. Recently, losing to Luton and Nottingham Forest. They will be cooked up by Man City. They can't afford to lose to Sunderland. Therefore, I think they will win. Yeah, they can't be. I think Howe's getting sacked by Rodgers. Rodgers isn't going to Newcastle. D, Newcastle massively underachieving. Their owners want progress. Howe in progress. And I said Howe will be sacked before Poch and Ten Hag. I said top four finish be Howe's downfall. Yeah, I think so. Howe and his assistant need to get gone. Everyone has injuries, exactly. Injuries shouldn't be an excuse. I mean, replacement for Rodgers. Having said that, no, to me, ninth would be tipped of having a really bad season shows how much they've progressed. I will say, Tindo's an absolute helmet. Pipe down, you bum. How's the gaffer? Not you. Exactly. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Right. I think you know who's coming next. Manchester United. Nothing short of an embarrassing season whatsoever for Manchester United. Waveform has been shocking. Has been absolutely shocking. Honestly, their players have been an embarrassment. They're going to push Ten Hag under the bus. We've seen it for a number of years that they do it with other managers. They're going to do it with Ten Hag. The Sancho thing has been dragging on. It looks like he's going to be finally going as well. Results wise, shocking, absolutely shocking. Bottom of the Champions League group, really, really poor. Old Trafford definitely is not a fortress anymore, as well, and they are so inconsistent. You just don't know when Manchester United is going to turn up. You just do not know when Manchester United is going to turn up, as well. Their signings have been abysmal, absolutely abysmal. Onana has been shocking, really, really bad signing. Alton, he's not even played a game. And now Onana's actually staying for the Spurs and Wigan game. Let the guy play, for goodness sake. Let the guy play. Regulon's going away back to Spurs. He was a disaster. Rasmus Højlund has been okay. Mason Mount has been, I know he's been injured as well. Who else have they got? Garnacho's probably been their bright spark as well. Rashford's been dreadful. Fernandes is a moaning bum. Maguire's been probably better as well. But apart from that, Manchester United's are nothing short of an absolute embarrassment. Absolute embarrassment. And, I think as well, being out of Europe might help them. It might help them as well. I don't think Ten Hag lasts the season. I keep saying it. I don't think he lasts the season. I think Manchester United have been absolutely dreadful. And actually, I'm going to change what I actually had, because I actually had Manchester United as a D, but it's got to be an E. Got to be an E. They have been absolutely shocking this season. Really, really bad. As well. So let me see what some of you are saying from Manchester United. I think this might be fun. Manchester United have just been laughable this season. Yeah, they have. Absolutely. Man United banter club. Diabolical Manchester, in my opinion. Ten Hag was very stupid to come to Manchester. He was set by Ajax. Manchester United F, so embarrassingly poor on every level. For every performance like the 0-0 with Liverpool and the comeback win over Villa, you have a Bournemouth slapping them around Old Trafford. They've been so inconsistent this season. So inconsistent. Excuse me. Hello, Siobhan. Good to see you back. Thank you very much, mate. Hope you're well. You joined at a good time, actually. Manchester United. Poster boys of Premier League. Where do I start? Same old leopard still there through previous managers under the bus. Ten Hag will get sacked. It's inevitable. Bayern there surely can't be much worse than Onana, can he? For Manchester United, they just get battered at home and get battered away. Højlund and Onana, horrendous signings. I feel sorry for Ten Hag. He needs to take responsibility as well for not playing his Ajax style United. Once Maguire sold, but still plays him. Yeah, exactly. Rashi hasn't scored for a long time. I think he scored at Nottingham Forest, but really, really poor. I mean, Ten Hag out, says Siobhan. Interesting. Why did Mason Mount instead of Madison? It confused me. Thank God we didn't sign Mount. Yeah, exactly. If they sacked Ten Hag, then they'd be in the same position in 18 months' time. I think so. I just think they've been dreadful, Chris. Really, 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 really poor. Garnacho's the only good player in that Man United. Yeah. Radcliffe is a poor deal. Should have accepted the Qatari bid instead. One thing to describe Manchester United, shit. How we didn't beat them, I don't know. Anybody's guess. Man United, what a challenge for 1,000 years. Zed. I said second. They're nowhere near that. They anywhere close to even being close to being in a title race. They've been dreadful. These players have let the manager down constantly, time after time. Again, yeah. They really, really have. So above Manchester United is Brighton. Now, interesting one for Brighton. Look, they're through to the Europa League, which I think is fantastic. They're through to the next sort of stage in the Europa League. I think they've been very, very good. League wise, been a bit up and down. I think been a bit up and down. There's some games where they think they really should win. Look, they beat Tottenham by 4 goals to 2. So haven't had a clean sheet yet. We're into January and they've not had a clean sheet in the Premier League, which is crazy to say at the very, very least. But they have been good. They have been good. Like I think Mitoma, obviously, and Cisso's injured at the moment. He's been good. Buonanetti, I think that's what you say. He's been good as well. They did sign James Milner, who I think has been solid for them. I think he's been very, very solid for them. But it's a difficult one because I do actually have them like an A minus, which no, actually I've got them a B minus. Sorry, B minus. I thought I had them A minus, but I did change it at the very last minute. I think they have been good. Some of the results have been a little bit inconsistent, but it's not been great for Brighton. And look, I think getting to the next round of the Europa League is fantastic for them as well. But I do worry about De Zerbi. I think could be sort of time and time again where you'd be like, well, De Zerbi's probably going to have like a big enough job. He's done magnificent at Brighton, I've got to say, but I think the big clubs will come calling very, very soon. I think that will be the case for them as well. Let's see what some are saying. Had high hopes of Brian having Matoma on the bench when he's a game changer has been shocking. Brian B and C says Rennie. Brian B, slight dip on form. The European exploits have harmed them slightly, but they've still maintained a good level. Yet some games have been shite, but to be 7th is a good sign. James freaking lactose Milner. I'll give Brighton a C. They still play decent football under De Zerbi. The first, yeah, they did. That's right, they did. Yeah, year 2024, they did keep a clean sheet. I forgot about that. I forgot about that game. They got a clean sheet against West Ham yesterday. Yes, I didn't actually watch that game. Didn't watch that game as well. Bayern out of 15, grade D plus. Deserve Manchester 10 Hag sacking. Not for me. Chris says B Brighton. I expect a slight drop off. They expected to drop off themselves. Would have took 7th in a heartbeat. Start of the season, they still sustained from last season, in my opinion. James Milner, only 37 years young, only 21 games to go to catch Gareth Barry's record. I never thought anyone could even get close. I know. That's mad. I think it was European football that has hurt them. Would I take De Zerbi's next Liverpool manager? I probably would, to be fair. I probably would. No, Ian Alonso's next in line, I'd say. Yes, I agree. I agree. Right, the next team is West Ham. Now, who predicted that they would be they would be 6th right now? 34 points. All these people who want David Moyes out are either deluded or are like they've had enough of his style of football. But I'm absolutely amazed that there's actually people wanting David Moyes gone. Look, Mohamed Kudus has been a magnificent signing for them. I think he's been really, really good. James Ward-Prowse has been very, very good. Edson Alvarez has been very, very good. Are they missing Declan Rice? I mean, are they not? I don't think they're losing them in terms of the players that they brought in. Obviously, Ward-Prowse, Edson Alvarez, Kudus. I think they've been very, very good, West Ham. And again, they're through to their next group stage of the Europa League, round 16. Sorry, I don't know where group stage came in my head. West Ham, very, very good. Very, very good. And I've got to say, for me, they're an A. Because if you look at where they finished last season, they were mid-table last season. Now they're sixth. They're in that Europa League spot. And look, West Ham for me are doing very, very well. Yes, they've had some bad results here and there, but they beat Manchester United. Um, that I think they beat Chelsea as well. Um, they've had some very good results. And they will miss Kudus, who's obviously gone to the African Cup of Nations, but they will be absolutely fine. The surprise package for me, actually. Okay, bye. I'm going to eat. Enjoy your 2024. Thank you, Rennie. Take care, Rennie. Thanks, Henry. West Ham B started dreadfully, but they've been steamrolling the league last 2 months. Rice is hardly a miss. They've been fantastic. Hey, West Ham, I'm amazed how they're top six. I'm amazed why they want Moyes out. Incredible job from Moyes. West Ham are surprised. They've done good business in the summer. Probably will get Europa again. Not sure what. Do you think they're overachieving? I don't think they're overachieving, Henry. I think they've done very, very well, to say at the very, very least. Fifth place, Tottenham. Another team that started like a house on fire, let me be honest. But then, typical Tottenham, they go from like having good wins to 3 or 4 defeats on the trot. I think Ange Postecoglou's been a breath of fresh air. I'll be honest, I think he's been a very, very good manager for them. I think the loss of Kane has not been missed as much because they've obviously had Maddison, they've had Son. I think Tottenham are having a good season. I think to be fifth at this moment in time, 1 point under the top 4, I think they would have taken that. I think they would have really taken that. But Romero is not great. Look, I think Romero has been good this season, but he is a rabbit in headlights. He always has a mad moment about him. Vicario, fantastic signing for Tottenham. He's been very, very good as well. So yeah, started well. Had a little bit of an iffy sort of middle of the first half, and then obviously they are fifth, but giving them a B. Tottenham, I've given them a B. I actually had them, I think, 8th or 9th this season. As well, I thought it was going to be sort of a usual Tottenham season. Start well and then finish badly. But they've had a bit of. It's been like a bit of a roller coaster. They've had a good start, had a bit of an iffy sort of middle part, and then they've sort of got back on terms. So yeah, Tottenham 5th place. Will they go higher? We'll wait and see. Let's see what some of you are saying. For West Ham, completely overachieved. Tottenham B+, they won the Premier League in October, so give them some credit. There's always one. Spurs getting a C, blew everyone away at first, shit their knickers, now they're back on the climb back up. The Brighton result would have upset them mightily. Lloris leaving Spurs, yes. B, Tottenham managed done a brilliant job so far with no expectations at all. Expect the Spurs to be back in the top 6. That's where they are. They need signings. If they get them, they seal top 4. Absolutely right. We have 4 more teams left. 4th, Arsenal. 40 points. There was a stat going around. I can't remember if it was this season or last, but Arsenal have spent 247 days top of the table. Fast forward to December, this has been a pretty poor month for them. It's been a very poor month for them. Look, signings wise, I think having Ramsdale and Raya in goal for Arsenal, you're swapping between one. 1 week it's Ramsdale, 1 week it seems to be Raya. That is not working. You need to decide which one is number 1. Raya for me has not been great. I think Ramsdale just needs a move. He needs a move. Havertz has been a signing flattered to deceive. Declan Rice has been a very good signing, I'll be honest with that. But I've been kind of disappointed in them. I don't know what it is with Arsenal, but this last couple of games recently, West Ham and Fulham, they've been dreadful. And the thing is, as well, Gabriel Jesus is not a goal scorer. Eddie Nketiah, I know he scored goals. He's not a goal scorer. They need somebody. They need somebody to put the ball in the back of the net. And Martinelli's gone off the boil. Saka has gone off the boil recently as well. And their goalkeeping thing is completely on Arteta. Now, if Arteta doesn't get them a trophy this season, Arsenal fans want him gone. Arsenal fans will definitely be wanting them gone. So they started so well, Arsenal. Started so well. Everyone was saying, "Oh, they beat Manchester City. Like this might be the season of of Arsenal." Beat Manchester United. They drew with Liverpool, lost to Newcastle as well. They've had some funny games. They've lost to West Ham. They've lost to Fulham. They've drawn to Fulham. So it's very, very strange. Very, very strange. I've given them a B. I think they would have been a lot higher. I'll be honest. I thought they would have been a lot higher, to say the very, very least. Excuse me. Spurs have to get a top four for Ange keep job, I think. Arsenal go from top of Christmas to fourth at New Year's. Madness. Absolute madness. Saturday will give us an idea where we are with Salah and Endo away. Yeah, that is very true, Henry. Arsenal with 248 days at the top for the 22-23 season, only to come second by 5 points, and realistically should have been 8. Arsenal C, inconsistencies in recent weeks have let their grade down. They have all the ingredients to be title winners, but they're just not making it work right now. Arsenal B, they need a new goalkeeper for sure. I agree. Totally, elevator. There's no debate about one for me. Ramsdale's 1, Rice 22. You silly Billy. Very good. I've been in a UACL games and they're not that great at all. They do not have a plan B. Well, you see them fourth. You think they're underachieving, but they are still in the title race. Get a B for me. They lack options off the bench for me, costing the title last season. Saka, Martinelli are overplayed. Yeah, they are. Absolutely are. They were robbed against Newcastle, and West Ham ball was out of play. Were they robbed against Newcastle? I don't think they were. I don't think they were. Hello, Maisie. Hope you, Rebecca, and Nathan are well. We are good, thank you. Saka, Jesus, Martinelli, great front three, but their backup is Nelson and Nketiah, Smith Rowe, bottom half Premier League Championship level players. Hi, Maisie, Happy New Year. Hey, Henry, Happy New Year to you too. Hope you're well. Apparently, Irish guy says Arsenal make UEFA Champions League final. Oof. That's a bold and a half. I'm good, thank you, Maisie. Will you collab with me again? Third, the champions, Manchester City. Obviously, congratulations to them for obviously winning the Club World Cup. League-wise, City haven't got going yet. They have not got going. I think it's the safest thing to say there. They've had some weird results this season. Wolves' defeat was really strange. They have lost to, obviously, Arsenal. They lost to Aston Villa as well. I think Kevin De Bruyne's been a big miss. I don't care what anybody says. It's not Holland that they miss badly. I know he's out at the moment. Kevin De Bruyne has been a big miss. And I think as well, Gundogan has been a big miss. Because if you obviously put Kovacic there, you put Nunes there. I don't think they're quite the flowing best City that we've seen for a number of years. Kevin De Bruyne is a massive miss. Now, Klopp said it straight away. The whole Premier League is running scared of the fact that Kevin De Bruyne is coming back. But I think you've got to say De Bruyne's ankles or De Bruyne's hamstrings are starting to be a big concern, I think, for City. Wonderful footballer, Kevin De Bruyne. Absolutely wonderful footballer. But City haven't got going this yet, and I think that they will get going at some point. Like they breeze through the Champions League group, it has to be said, as well. But if we're just basing it on this season alone, it's definitely a B for City. I think it is a B for City. Excuse me. I think it is a B for City. And as I said, they've not got going. They have not got going yet. And that is very, very scary for the rest of the league. It's got to be said. Let's have a look what some of you are saying. Arsenal B think they've lost their attacking threat compared to last year, extremely tired, etc. The darts final started. Still got you on my phone. Of course, yeah, Henry. Just let me know. I said no such thing. Great, awesome, Maisie. Hello, Napoon. Hope you're good. Manchester City shouldn't be in third. Should be much higher, but they always start slowly, then going to 19 game winning run. That's the scary thing, isn't it? Hi, Napoon. Welcome back. Douglas says Napoon. Thank you very much, mate. I will DM you, Maisie, says Henry. Bigger Douglas, Happy New Year, and hope the family are well. Thank you very much. City B, few funny results. Wolves and Palace have always had their number for some stupid effing reason. They'll be first or second come the end of May, and I'm hoping it's the latter. Yeah, I think we all do. Starting with Kevin De Bruyne comes back, Manchester City will keep winning and win the league for the fourth time in a row. Man City C, don't think they've been overwhelming. Missed Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri. Yeah, that's another thing. Rodri. If Rodri gets injured, they're not the same. They are not the same at all. Think at times haven't looked great, even missing Gundogan and Mahrez. Yeah, 100%. City say that they will go on a bananas run from here to the end of the season. Yeah, I think so. B, Manchester City, not been right in certain games. Don't know if it's complacency. City aren't the same without Rodri, their most important player. Yeah, definitely. Therefore, Douglas on Kevin, a massive missed Holland. Hi, Maisie. Once Kevin De Bruyne is back, Rodri doesn't get injured, they should be winning. Yeah, they should be winning it. Hi, Henry. City will go on a usual run, though. I don't think their bench is great, to be honest, compared to past seasons. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think their bench is as great as last season. I don't think it's been as good as last season. Hey, Napoon, B plus Manchester City. Hope you're well. Nathan's good, Napoon, thank you. Also, that game in hand could help them. Yeah, I think so. At the moment, it's City Liverpool title race for me. Realistically, depending on January window, just don't think Arteta can win Arsenal the big honours. It's a shame that all the clubs got to depend on this window for players to win something this season. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Second place, Aston Villa. Without a shadow of a doubt, they're getting an A plus because I'll be honest to say this, I do think Aston Villa are an A plus because who predicted them to be second place at the halfway stage? I don't think anyone did. Now, Martinez. I mean, look at the spine of the Villa side. Martinez, Diego Carlos, Pau Torres. Then you've got McGinn, Douglas Luiz. You've obviously got Jacob Ramsey to come in there. Diaby, Bailey, Watkins. Buendia got injured. Tyrone Mings got injured. Yes, I know Villa have kind of gone off the ball ever so slightly, but to be second is magnificent. It's absolutely magnificent. And a lot of people had Aston Villa to be sort of dark horses. I think I remember saying that I think that Unai Emery is a very good manager. And I did say as well that I think Aston Villa will have a good season, but I did not expect them to be second place. So for me, again, A plus. I think they've been fantastic, Aston Villa. And to be Manchester City and Arsenal in the space of a week was magnificent as well. They beat Tottenham away as well. But yeah, they have had some bad results in there as well. Not losing to Nottingham Forest, which was a big surprise. But and then obviously they lost 5-1 to Newcastle United on the opening day of the season as well. But Aston Villa have been magnificent. A plus, A plus. Can't say anything more. See what some of you are saying. Excuse me. Even though I put City as a C, I only see City pushing Liverpool for the title, depending on how far Arsenal get in the FA Cup and UEFA Champions League. Manchester City with Rodgers and De Bruyne, that midfielder, an unstoppable force. Aston Villa A plus, absolutely cooking the season under Emery. Amazing at home. If they won those games against Manchester United and Sheffield United, they would be top. Watkins, Louise, Emery, just to name a few. Aston Villa, put them fifth for the start of the season. I said they can get fourth if they get cover for Watkins. They can finish top four, being brilliant. Emery up there for manager of the season. Aston Villa equals A star. Emery, wow, phenomenal manager. Watkins, Louise, my favourite. Diaby and Torres, terrific. The team works properly like a team, and they get tired or drop off will be due to Europe. Yeah, absolutely. I called at the start of the season on my show. It said Villa will get top four. A plus Villa. Surprised Aston Villa never went in for Gerard Moreno. Interesting. Aston Villa get an A. They've been exemplary. Manchester and Sheffield United results side. They've been damn near faultless. A very good evening for Senor Emery indeed. Didn't expect this. That's what I think could get Champions League football this season. The last minute winner to be Arsenal. Fantastic. Aston Villa actually got brilliant squad depth. Only thing they lack is backup for Watkins. Yeah. Aston Villa's title contenders will be very difficult, but never say never. Leicester won it before. Who knows? Well, that leaves one team. And never in my wildest dreams did I expect Liverpool to be top of the league. But here we are, 45 points. Now, go back to this stage last season. We had 29 points at this stage last season. So already 14 points better off than last season. And I find it remarkable that we're top. And also, I'll tell you why. We've had 6 draws this season, when you think about it. We drew with Arsenal. We drew with Brighton. Drew Manchester United. Drew with Chelsea. Those results just really irk me as well. Drew with Luton Town. But apart from that, our home form's been excellent again. One of the things as well, we have got a completely different new midfield. Look, Wataru Endo has been very good. Ryan Gravenberch, very good. Dominic Szoboszlai has been very good. It's actually remarkable what Klopp has done this season. It really is. And look, do I think we'll win the league? I'm not so sure at this point because obviously City will be City. They'll come back and do it. But never say never with this Liverpool side. Never say never with this Liverpool side. I think you look at the game against Newcastle United. Yes, we had chances to beat them by a canter, but we got the result in the end. And we're getting result. We seem to be grinding out results again, which is the early sort of Klopp times, and obviously 1920 when we did win the league. We're grinding out games again. We're beating teams at Anfield. Obviously Manchester United, Bayern aside, and obviously Arsenal aside, we have battered teams this season as well. And the only blot on the game is obviously Tottenham. And I think as well, look at teams that have been shafted by VAR. And this Liverpool thing, it's a myth. Liverpool, I saw, have been shafted. I can't remember what it was, but I think it's -3 with VAR decisions. So a lot of decisions have gone against Liverpool. Mo Salah continues to just be impressive. Diaz is starting to get goals as well, which is good to see. Gakpo as well. Nunes is Nunes. I'm pretty sure he will come good as well. Van Dijk for me is getting back to his best. And you've always got a chance with Alisson in goal. Look, I've given Liverpool an A. It's not been perfect, but to be top at this stage in the season, everyone would have took it. Everyone would have took it, and we breezed through our Europa League group, and as well, we're in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. So those games against Fulham are going to be very, very interesting. Big test on Saturday, obviously against Sunday against Arsenal. But who's to say? Who's to say that we can have a good season? We can win a cup or two. This is going to be a very good season. If we can keep the bulk of the squad fit, I think we'll be absolutely fine as well. So let us see what some of you are saying for Liverpool. Let's have a look. We beat them 3-0, so that's difficult. Yeah, but Aston Villa, isn't it? Aston Villa. I'll give us an A. I was happy for you for Champions League football at the start of the season. I'm just so shocked we're top. Liverpool A. How many teams have you heard of that have overhauled their entire midfield and jumped straight into a title challenge? Yes, we're a little suspensefully, but I'm loving life right now. Yeah, I am as well. Yeah, so our transformation was a shitty season last year. I would not have us first, but we have to show a lot of determination for the rest of the season. Possible quad on offer. We'll wait and see. A. Liverpool, complete contrast to last season, which is what I expected, but didn't expect to be top in a rebuild. If we get Inacio and Polina, we are winning the league. If we weren't so brutally robbed against Spurs, we would be unbeaten. If the refs saw Odegaard playing their basketball, we'd have beaten Arsenal. Yeah. We have some strange results. Strange decisions go against us. Liverpool can't waste this opportunity in January. Shawbo is fitting like a glove. Arsenal was top of Christmas, now fourth. Amazing how 2 games has changed. Arteta should know 4-3-3 formation does not work. Gary Neville, Liverpool weren't great against Newcastle. That's Gary Neville for you. Colin Nunes, a flop is a harsh reaction. Yeah, I agree. I think we'll come second, but I do not think we will lose another game this season. That's how good we are. The draws, in my opinion, are what will be our downfall. Salah out for AFCON might be a problem. Liverpool inject them tears. I'm loving it. Some helmet has tried to tell me Szoboszlai struggled in Klopp's system. Is he insane? He's fit right in. Szoboszlai's been excellent. He's been a very, very good signing. As well. If we don't win the league by 1 or 2 points, I will cry. Where would be with Alisson and Salah? Van Dijk, I'd have to say as well. Annie Taylor did his damn best to give Newcastle the win. Diaz booked for being fouled. You couldn't write it. Yeah. Van Dijk been brilliant compared to last season. It's like the armband has helped him. Do you see Darwin Núñez as a future Golden Boot winner? Just needs to get goals. Just needs to get goals to his game, to be honest. I think we'll win the AFL Cup, Europa League. Premier League, I think will be difficult. Still, Manchester City will win the Premier League again. Liverpool star. I expect us to win Carabao Cup, Europa League without signings. With signings, we can win the league. Why not? FA Cup as well. I'm not tied from AFTV. But the transfer window could win us the title or slide out top 4. Didn't we have the greatest XG in Premier League history against Newcastle? Yeah, it was something like 7.58 or something, which is mental, to say the very least. Do I think Jota dived against Newcastle? I don't know why he didn't score. I don't know why he didn't score. I think another thing as well, the emergence of Harvey Elliott from the bench has been a big plus for me this season. Curtis Jones seems to be rejuvenated as well. Klopp has really done something as well. Joe Gomez has been rejuvenated as well. So I think we've been excellent. I think we have. No, as far as I'm losing patience with Núñez rapidly. Interesting. If Núñez scored easy chances, he would be good as Holland. Yeah, I do say that. So there we go, guys. There is my half-term grades of the start of the season as well. And by the way, guys, if you have obviously missed this show, then please do let me know in the comments your grades for the teams as well. And I'm just going to say it's good to be back. It is very, very good to be back as well. Obviously, keep an eye out in the community tab for obviously any upload that comes as well. But it has been very, very good to be back, and I've really, really enjoyed being back as well. All the people losing their minds over this one. If it weren't 3-2 up anyways, yes, he absolutely died for sure. but it's not as though that penalty changed the result. This is your first one back after Christmas? Yes, it is. Take care, lads, as well. But yes, guys, thank you very much for watching. Really, really good to be back. And I can't say when I will be back because obviously I'm just sort of slowly starting to get back into it. But this has been very, very good tonight. And remember, guys, to hit that like button and do hit that subscribe button if you are new. And I will see you very, very soon. Thank you for watching and good night.
Give me all you've got if you're prepared to break the silence. I'll be out in the sunshine, running beside the lion.